Hey kids, you're about to listen to a comedy podcast. That means that none of this is medical advice. If you need medical advice or medical care, please contact your doctor.
Welcome to the Jock podcast featuring Dr. London Smith. He's a doctor who knows his stuff, and when he doesn't, he just makes it up. Introducing your host, Dr. London Smith.
Hello, and welcome to the Jock podcast, where we discuss fitness and health and how to incorporate our modern understanding of science and medicine into our daily lives, but without it being so boring. I'm your host, Dr. LondonSmith.com. I'd like to begin by apologizing to our listeners. We have received some feedback about the excessive amount of technical medical terms that I've been using, such as mylohyoid nerve and down to my skivvies. So I will try to temper my terminology to a simpler one in the future. Here to help with that is our producer, Cameron.
Hey, Dr. London.
Hey.
I just got in from the beach. I mean, we're kind of in the midst of summer right now.
Yeah. Well, boy, are your arms tired. I thought you were gonna say from.
Oh yeah, I just got in from summer. Boy, are my arms tired. So, but I'm kind of concerned, Dr. London. Everyone is getting so tan and is out in the sun, and you are as pale as a mime.
Yeah, well, that's harsh towards mimes.
Oh wow, you think comparing yourself to mimes is an insult to mimes?
Yeah, though they get out. For me, so the advantage that mimes have over me,
yeah. There's a couple.
Yeah, for one thing, there are rare times when you might hear mimes. You'll like what they say. They don't bore you with their talk. But more importantly, for me,
yeah. Well, also their space work is amazing. Anytime you're trying to get out of an invisible box or pull like a huge,
I'm stuck there,
anchor.
Yeah,
that's invisible. You're all over
I follow,
the place,
and I get stuck.
It's as if the invisible box you're in is shaped like a dinosaur. Like, it's not shaped like a box because your space work is terrible. Whereas a mime, their space work is going to be solid because this is a career that they actually studied.
Okay, well, and that's all of it though.
You studied and went to college for insurance or whatever you do. You're like a medical insurance salesman or something.
But do you see the difference though? They have the advantage of all that training. I get stuck in an invisible box. And people are like, well, a mime can do that. Yeah, they went to school for it. I didn't. I got stuck.
Okay, but this is the problem, Dr. Lennon, is you're diverting the conversation away from the actual issue. Mimes get stuck in invisible boxes too. It's not like the goal of mimes is to get out of the invisible box. It's just that it looks like they're in a box. You are you are just so all over the place. You're flailing your arms around and you're going, I'm in a box, which you shouldn't be doing.
Oh, you think
your actions should tell people what's happening. You are announcing it, saying it loudly, having conversations with people. That is not what you're supposed to be doing.
Some people have all the academic training like a mime. The rest of us have to rely on street smarts. And my training wasn't conventional, but
you're a talking mime. Yeah, that might be a little out there for people. People might not be able to get it.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm gonna hop into my own invisible box, and to tell me off for not being as adept as an educated person. That's to me that's kind of me. Like I had to work with what I had growing up, and it was a doctorate level medical education. And I didn't have all the advantages of a given mime train. But
I guess that's true. And I guess that's unfair of me to criticize you for that. And I will say, I guess it's maybe slightly more interesting, your method. It's hard to convey on a podcast, but this is maybe sort of a plug for the Patreon feed where you can actually watch these episodes. You can watch the videos of them, and Dr. Lynn and I, you can see our faces, you can see the shirts we wear. But a normal mime is just like, I'm in a box. This is the invisible box I'm in. Putting their hands up in the shape of a box around them.
And sorry for the listener, just to describe Cameron right now, Cameron's miming a little. He's he's pantomiming.
Being in an invisible box.
Okay, well, he's really
moving in the motions as if there's a box. Whereas your methodology is more flailing. It's more free, and you say, I'm stuck in a box. And you're sort of running around, and you're spinning around. It doesn't really look like a box that I know, but that's what's so fun about your imagination, and I was too harsh to judge. Just because your invisible box isn't a conventional box shape. It's more like just a field, I guess. Just like a room, I guess.
Or, yeah, it's kind of what... I don't want to explain it because there's a whole philosophy to it that I've learned from the guy down the street. Like, he's been really helpful. But, like, to address your first question, my skin reflects the sun. It's so... Once you hit a certain level of pale, the sun is the one that gets burned. So it does... Like, I can't absorb.
Oh... But why is that your motivation, to burn the sun?
Well, the radiation it causes. It's really harsh.
And you want the sun to get all that back?
A little taste of its own medicine, yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's a revenge thing. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's our producer Cameron. Also with us is Digital in the House.
You're a talking mind. That might be a little out there for people. People might not be able to get it. You're a talking mind. Talking mind. You're a talking mind. Talking mind. But you know, a normal mind is just sort of like putting their hands up in the shape of a box around them. Being in an invisible box. Whereas your methodology is more flailing. It's more free, and you say, I'm stuck in a box. 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 Talking mind. Talking mind. Talking mind. Talking mind. Talking mind.
And later, Cameron tells me we can expect a special guest.
That's right, Dr. London. Dr. London?
Yeah.
That's right, Dr. London.
Yeah, so I do look forward to that. But before we move on, I would like to address a bit of listener feedback. So our marketing demographics, they've been changing. And and Cameron, correct me if I'm wrong on the latest numbers, because we keep up with these analytics. We try to aim everything in our content, all the podcasts, towards these listeners. So
yes, we have run the numbers. Let me crunch them real quick. Yeah, it turns out our listener demographics fall entirely within the ages of what it is now 37 and 2/16 and 41 and 3/16. So very short window. So what these analytics tell us is that every single one of our listeners falls within that age range. And also, every single one of our listeners is functionally illiterate. According to the combination of Google Analytics and DJ Dylan Analytics, it does say that they recognize words like dog, words like cat, under 4 letters. They can recognize it, but maybe using it in a sentence or writing it out, they're not going to be able to do that. And so that is you, listener. If you are hearing this show, that is you. You are between those ages, 37-something and 41 and something. And you cannot read or write. But we thank you for listening to us.
Thank you. We're so excited to listen to you and to get your feedback. So this week's feedback does come in the form of a dead bug. Specifically a beetle. So that's...
Okay. Where
this is in the listener box.
Because listeners, a lot of times in this feedback, listeners are like leaving you notes like taped to your bathroom mirror, or they'll be in your shoes or whatever. Yeah. Where did this one come up?
This one was, I said the listener box. So I've been trying to get them to find the listener box. That's been the challenge lately, because I do have stuff written everywhere. So I've been putting the listener box in different places. Like an Elf in the Shelf situation?
Yeah, this might be causing confusion because the listener box and the listener feedback box are two very different things. So if you're directing people towards the listener box, they are most certainly trapped within that box. That's what that box is for, is trapping our listeners.
And they've been trapped everywhere.
So very similar to your invisible box issue when you get trapped, but in a much more real, physical, non-miming way, which might be hard for you to picture, but...
Yeah, no, I'm coming up blank on that entirely, honestly. It's so far off.
But you need to be directing people to the
listener
feedback box, not the listener box.
Well, so I guess, I don't know if that explains the feedback. So the dead bug, it's a beetle. I think that's the feedback this week. And I'm wondering if it's.
It is taped to a piece of paper, so I would say that this was definitely the note. Yeah, it's not just like a dead bug hanging out in the box.
Yeah. I guess if they are leaving us a beetle, what I'm thinking is they're comparing us to the Beatles. We're kind of top of our game. And one of us is gonna die, early.
Well, that's the thing. Is which person is which Beatle? That's what everyone's always asking. And I'm definitely more of a Paul. I'm still alive. I'm handsome. Everyone loves me. I make the best music of all time. Whereas you're more of a John, because I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to shoot you to death.
Is that how the Beatles, is that how it happened?
Yes.
I'm rusty on my history, honestly.
Yeah.
Did Paul just...
He straight up domed John, yeah. But he had it coming. They were like fighting or whatever. Or they were just hanging out. Maybe it was an accident or something. I don't really remember the story. I haven't hung out with Paul McCartney in a while. So I'd have to hear his side of it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, he straight up domed the guy.
You guys have drifted apart.
Yeah, he got too big for his head.
So if you're comparing us to these legends, even if it is...
He got too big for his head. He gained a lot of weight and his head is so small in his body, it freaks me out.
So to this listener who left the feedback, thank you for the comparison. I'm flattered. I guess I'll be looking over my shoulder.
Do you want to go ahead and name your favorite Beatles song while we're here?
Ooh, what's that one about wanting to paint it black? What's that one?
Cha-Cha Slide.
Cha-Cha Slide. Cha-Cha Slide. Yes, that's the one. So
that is also my favorite one. I was hoping you were saying that.
Yes.
I think the part, because when Paul is giving you those instructions of 1 hop this time, 2 hops this time.
I never know what he's gonna do.
And then
if you see him in concert, he'll change the numbers.
Oh, really? I thought that was just me not understanding how it goes, because I get equally confused when I listen to it on CD. Even though I'm like, are they changing it every time?
I saw him live in concert, and he said 50 hops this time. And it was like,
oh, wow,
very exhausting. And people
yeah, it sounds like it would probably cause injuries, especially with his audience, the age of a lot of his audience.
Yeah. It was, part of why I was called there. It was that wasn't even the first song that he had done something similar for. So I was called in actually to provide medical care to that concert.
But I think that song really shows the genius of the Beatles and how they're able to sort of change the music on a dime. Because, you're just hopping, you're just going, and then all of a sudden, what does it do? Paul goes, cha-cha, real smooth now. And then the music changes, Dr. London.
Oh,
it goes, doom-doo-doo, doom-doo-doo, doom-doo-doo. And you're like, oh, wow, that kind of blew my mind. And sort of, you're like...
But it's simple. It's also simple. That's what's crazy.
That's what makes it genius. And so many decades later, when you hear Oasis and all these other bands, you can easily see, oh, they're just ripping off cha-cha real smooth now. Do-do-do, do-do-do, boo-boo-boo-doo.
It blows my mind every time I think about it, and I am kind of sad that you and Paul have drifted apart. But that's what it is. In any case, thank you to that listener for the feedback,
and thank you to you, Dr. John. Right? Because I'm Paul, you're John. Right? Again, because.
Okay. Well, we finished that segment though.
Oh, so you don't know what I'm referring to? Okay, we can continue on.
Okay. So now for today's medical topic, Euthyroid Sick Syndrome. Euthyroid Sick Syndrome is a condition in which clinically euthyroid patients, meaning patients whose thyroids appear to be functioning normally, these euthyroid patients with a non-thyroidal systemic illness have low serum levels of thyroid hormones. So in these patients, the T3 is low, the reverse T3 is high, and the T4 can be low. The mechanism behind this abnormality is that T4 is converted to reverse T3, which is inactive, instead of T3, which is very active. The key that makes this syndrome separate from hypothyroidism, despite its resemblance to hypothyroidism, is that the TSH does not rise. So it's not technically real hypothyroidism. The normal TSH levels distinguish Euthyroid Sick Syndrome from like actual hypothyroidism. And this is important because this different diagnosis requires a different treatment.
So it's sort of like sort of like you standing next to a real mime, right? Like maybe at a glance it's the same thing. You're like, oh, are they the same? They're equally pale. They're both wearing like berets and striped white and black outfits.
Yeah, well, once again, not equally pale. Like they tan.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to insult mimes again by comparing their looks to you. I really don't mean to upset them like that or anything.
I have to assume that some of them listen to the podcast, like unless well, after this I don't know anymore. But it's just there is some comparison to be made between hypothyroidism and Euthyroid Sick Syndrome.
Yeah.
And
you standing next to mimes,
a mime.
Traditional mime stuck in an invisible box, just doing the shape of a normal box, whereas you have your own style, your own imagination. You're sort of kicking and screaming and flailing and asking a lot of girls for their numbers, which I don't think that's part of being a mime, but you don't do that normally. So I have to assume that you think it's part of being a mime.
Yeah, well, it's just, once again, there's so much philosophy packed into my own sort of understanding of that culture and that world that to unpack it now.
Your own mimology, yeah.
Yeah. So treatment of Euthyroid Sick Syndrome is directed towards the underlying illness. Thyroid hormone replacement is not indicated in these patients with normal TSH levels. And so that's, once again, why it's important to recognize the difference between hypothyroidism and Euthyroid Sick Syndrome.
And is that important for like a doctor to know or for like a normal person? Probably just a doctor, right?
Yeah, or medical students. I feel like most of our listeners, like despite being in this particular narrow age range and illiterate group, surely they'll use this information.
I guess so, but DJ Dylan, can you edit the podcast where this portion only goes to the people who are actually going to use it?
Nope.
Because I think for our average listeners, they're going to need this information. The doctor
Okay.
will know.
No, and I guess for the, if you want to, okay, here's what I would say. I want them to be above average, and that's I'm trying to take the average and raise it. So the average person may not use it, but what if they started to? It
would be chaos. Are you kidding me? If the average person understood the difference between hypothyroidism and whatever else you were talking about.
And Euthyroid Sick Syndrome, yes. Well, if you're talking about being an anarchist and whatever, well, that kind of factors into my miming, and we can move on. We could just, there's like I said, there's just so much to unpack with that guy down the street who taught me so much. Let's just.
I hate that guy. I just hate that guy so much.
No, we can wrap this up.
Why is his voice so quiet? Like it's like a trick to get you closer to him, as I think that is why it creeps me out.
I can tell you, man, it works.
I know it works. There is no reasonable way why a person should be that quiet.
Well, sometimes he says he has a throat thing, but whatever. Anyway, we can be done there, and there are a lot of secrets involved with that sort of vocation, and I don't want to give anything away because he.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to.
He talks quietly, but he
packs a punch.
Well, a wallop is the terminology he uses, but yes.
Oh, he says it while he's doing it?
Yeah, well, and he preps you, and once again, there's so much to this, and it's...
Yeah, I'm really sorry. We don't need to go into it anymore. We can move on.
Okay. All right, Cameron, you said that we have a guest today. Is that right?
That's right, Dr. London. We have one of the most special and fun guests that we've ever had.
Okay, well, sorry. My name is drlondonsmith.com. This is our producer, Cameron. What was your name, sir?
Hello?
Is that a...
Hello?
Hello, yes. Yes?
Oh,
Hello?
you're the little lady on the TV screen. Hello?
Yes, that is my,
You must be Miss Cameron.
Nope.
That is me. Hello. Welcome, sir.
Oh, I assumed because you were the fella that you must have been the doctor.
I just like the fact that you assumed that no matter, that even if I was a woman, you would still assume doctor. And that's, I see that as progress in today's society.
You're the nurse.
Okay, well, no, you're going backwards now.
Oh, no, I assumed the fella was the doctor and you were the nurse.
Okay, so I didn't, okay.
I'm confused. So your first name is Doctor?
No, okay, no, this is all common. This is all common, especially with our listenership. This is a very common issue to have. So my name is Dr. London Smith. I earned the doctor part on the front in a raffle. And so that's part of my name. And so what was your name?
My name is Ezekiel Abernathy. I was asked to be on this program by my great-great-great-great-grandson,
Oh, wow.
Edward. Yeah.
Well, shout out to Edward. Thanks. I assume he's a listener. Is that why he wanted you on the show?
Sir, fella, what?
Is Edward a listener of the podcast, of this podcast?
Is Edward a listener? Does Edward listen to the podcast?
Oh, I wouldn't think so.
Oh.
Okay.
He never said anything about that to me.
What? Okay. Well, so why did Edward want you to come on the show?
He said I should talk about my writings and I could get the word out.
Oh, nice. So he probably just Googled podcast. And thanks to our,
and ours is the first one.
Yeah, top-notch SEO. We're the first result for podcast.
Now I don't know what all that is, but I do have a pamphlet available.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Could you let us? What's your pamphlet about?
Well, my name is Ezekiel Abernathy. I am the world's.
Okay. Yeah. No.
What? I'm sorry, ma'am.
No, sorry, you're repeating, but go ahead. Sorry.
My name is Ezekiel Abernathy. I am the world's oldest man at 157 years young.
Oh, wow. That is actually not surprising. I was going to assume that you were probably like 105, 106, but this actually makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, no.
That's insane. Congrats for being on the earth for so long.
Well, my great-grandson would have been about 105 if he was still with us, but he ain't.
Oh, no, he passed.
He did.
Wow.
He did not know.
No great.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. No, you go ahead, Dr. Beard.
I was just gonna say no great grandparent should ever have to bury their great grandchild. That's really, really awful, especially at such a young age.
No, my great grandchild is 82.
Oh, is he? And he's still around?
He is.
Wow.
He's a fat fella, so he's very round. He doesn't do much. He has the diabetes, and he just kind of lays around and blames the fact that he doesn't have no feet on the fact that he can't get no exercise. And I'm, if you got the sugar foot takes you away.
I mean, that sounds really judgmental to, a family member. You're probably right, but it still sounds judgmental. I mean, are you active? Are you moving around? You're pretty old.
Oh, yeah. I get out and I do my business most days. And every night. I'm a bit of a night owl.
But you do business most days? What is the business? Are you? Oh, he's falling asleep. Can we poke him with something? DJ Dylan, do you have a poker?
Yes. Oh,
he's got a long poker. We can just.
Okay, all right. You don't need
Ezekiel, hey.
Hey, you don't need to come at me with that switch. I'm here. My name is Ezekiel Abernathy. I'm the world's oldest man. I'm 157 years young. And I wrote a pamphlet that I'd like to tell y'all about. It's my secret to long life. And it is available via the mail.
Oh, as an email?
What's that now?
So on the computer, if you connect to the internet.
I don't know about any of that now.
Well, you just said mail. I mean, what are you referring to?
Well, here's the thing. You put an envelope, and in that envelope, you put 60 American dollars, all right? And this is how I want it. I want a crisp $50 bill and an even crisper $10 bill.
Okay.
But so help me God, you do not send me none of them $20 bills with that coward Irishman Andrew Jackson on it. I do not take $20. If you send me $20 bills, I will not return them, nor will I send you my pamphlet on the secrets to long life.
Is your main issue with Andrew Jackson his Irishness? It kind of sounds like that's your main gripe against him. That's interesting.
Well, I think all of my problems came from the fact that he's a dirty Irishman. He was a gambler. He had married a woman before she was legally divorced. Those are the traits, as everyone knows, of the dirty Irish.
I always forget that my problems are caused by Andrew Jackson's heritage and life choices. But yeah, come to think of it, like even my struggle with miming is I could trace that probably back to Andrew Jackson as well.
You're a minor?
No, I've aged up a little bit since I was a minor, but lately I've been looking into miming. It's the silent. You might be familiar with the silent film era. So it's like that.
Oh yeah, I remember before the talkies came in. You know, I didn't like the talkies too much because, you know, it makes the fellas dim-witted. You know, there's something to be said about waiting for the action to stop, and you can take a breather and read what everyone was saying on the screen, and now everyone does the speaking for you, and I just don't have time for that, and the language in the films these days don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, English, French.
Yeah. German? I've seen German before. I'm like, come on.
I like the Germans.
Yeah, I bet you do.
I remember back in the day I was working for Henry Ford on the assembly lines, and he said, "Hey, Zeke, we're gonna on the down low make some tank parts for my friend Addy Hitler." And I said, "All right, sounds like a good idea. As long as, of course, there's overtime involved with this line of work." And he said, "Oh, the best reward is a job well done and knowing that you're going to fight the good fight."
So you didn't get your overtime?
What's that now?
You didn't get your overtime?
I don't know nothing about that now.
Oh, no.
So about your pamphlet, so you said send crisp $50 bill, a crisper $10 bill, don't include a $20 bill.
Along with a self-addressed stamped envelope.
Okay, yeah, you don't want to pay for the cost of mailing. Okay, so
I'm in the business of making money, not giving handouts.
What is in the pamphlet?
Dirty Irish folks. I figure if I make what now?
The people sending in this letter, what do they get in return when they give you $60?
Well, what they get is a pamphlet written by me, Ezekiel Abernathy, the world's oldest man, at 157 years young. See, my mama and my pappy We're celebrating the end of the war of the Southern liberations, and they had me. And, I've been kicking around.
I do like this business model of, the pamphlet is about how people should send you $60, and in return, they receive the pamphlet that tells them to send you $60. So it's this constant cycle.
I'm sorry, I blanked out a little bit. I think my heart stopped beating for a second. I
should just take this moment to clarify. We don't provide medical care while you're in the studio. That's a separate business that we have. So, if something happens...
Well, I would have the doctor provide medical care, not you, little lady.
But, I don't think Cameron... Well, Cameron, would you want to provide medical care should something happen?
Well, Dr. Cameron, I can see why that London lady is working. She definitely does not have childbearing hips.
Yeah, and she really has an attitude, and I think it's her time of the month. Anyway, I would give you medical help. You got anything wrong with you? Anything going on? I can give you advice.
Well, is this between me and you?
And of course, Miss London here, yeah.
And also the listeners.
And yes. The listeners, and we're emailing this to all your kids and grandkids, great-grandkids. It'll be on the front page of NPR.
Could you ask the little lady to leave the room? This is man talk, and it would not be very becoming.
I get this a lot.
See?
Yeah, no, I get this a lot. I'll take off. I shouldn't have grown my hair out like this, and I'm paying the price.
Well, even when people don't mistake you for a lady, people do often say, "This is man talk, please."
Yeah,
leave.
no, I get it. And so you have your talk, and I'm gonna just go, I'll play with my toys.
Yeah. Go ahead and play some games on my phone. I've got the Kardashian game downloaded for you.
Okay.
Ezekiel, what's okay between you and me? What's going on? What's the issue?
I'm fueled by hate. That's what keeps me going and my ticker alive.
Oh,
I hate the Irish. I hate the Dutch. Oh, my God. Don't even get me started on the Dutch. Oh, my.
I mean, I'd love to hear a few things that you hate about the Dutch.
The wooden shoes.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's kind of an issue for me, too.
They're always sticking their fingers in water holes.
Well, it's like when people are wearing an outfit that's clearly uncomfortable, but it's fashionable, and you're kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Trying a little hard much. That's kind of how I think when these people flaunting their wooden shoes everywhere.
And, they're trying to get into all of our homes.
Oh, this Kardashian game. God.
Back in my day, little ladies, women's folks spoke when spoken to.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say, the body, the standards for people to have these days, what our bodies should look like. It's just ridiculous. And for them to make a whole game out of this.
Well, you're just saying that because you're all gangly and you don't have any of the lady parts. I mean, how would you even look at your chest? Look at it.
I try not to. Yeah.
You ain't got a boob between the two of them.
This is interesting. Ezekiel comes from a time where putting on a little more weight was seen as more attractive than it is now. So it's interesting to see sexist standards, but for sort of the opposite things. But the motive is still, hate-filled and ugly, which is interesting.
I like a woman who's Rubenesque, who's eating a lot of Rubens.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering what Rubenesque meant. I was thinking Ruben stuttered at first, but you're not going to know who that is.
Do you like a Reuben?
We can just focus more on the... Can you...
That's a trick question. Everyone knows a Reuben's made with corned beef. That's the devil Irish food. I would never let a Reuben sandwich cross my lips. But truth be told, I do like watching a lady folk eat a Reuben and get some of that dressing dribbling down her chin.
Oh, yeah. London, can you put the sandwich away for just a second?
Well,
I think it's too late for you. I don't think A wagon full of Reubens would do you any good. Huh? You're what they call thin bones. I think you got, here, let me feel your, I think you got burned bones.
No, you don't have to feel.
You got
you don't have to
burned
feel.
hands out of my hair
That's
and
no feeling. Ezekiel, you probably have a unique perspective of the world. I mean, you've seen so much. What is the biggest difference between, the time in your 20s, the 1880s versus now?
Well, the automobile, that's a real son of a gun. I don't like that.
You worked for Henry Ford. You worked in the Ford assembly line. You said that, and now but you don't like cars?
And didn't get paid overtime.
Yeah, why do you think I don't like them? I didn't get paid overtime. They said a job well done. And, it turned out that he was helping Addy Hitler. And I got to tell you, I know this is a controversial stance, but I'm not afraid to speak. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I don't like the Nazis. I think the Nazis were the bad guys. And you both are entitled to your own opinions. And don't let me change your mind at all, but I don't like them.
We just don't like to get into this kind of thing on this show. This is supposed to be a little more, people have their opinions and things.
Let's not get political. Yeah, it's just.
I feel more alive.
Yeah, is this what's in the pamphlet?
Let me tell you about more things I don't like. I don't like dogs. I think it's disgusting that people let dogs and kitty cats in their houses and everything. Those are beasts. Those are beasts that should be out in the wild. And that was
also,
the only pet I've ever...
That was also true in the 1800s.
I'm speaking here. Am I the guest on your program, or am I just here to whistle Dixie?
I honestly don't know. You are sort of the alpha on this.
I feel better. I feel more alive right now.
Okay, keep talking. Go ahead. I want to hear it.
I feel invigorated.
Can we maybe channel that into... some chores? Now, I know that your instinct is going to be to say that I should just do the chores, given your perception of my role in society. But, maybe we could all at least take a look at the idea of doing a chore together. And Cameron, would you mind explaining the chore concept here?
Yeah, because I'm sure, it might be confusing. If you're a new listener, which I hope you're a new listener, you might be wondering, what the hell is Dr. London even talking about? Dr. London and I have unfortunately been neglecting all of our tasks, everything on our to-do list. And so we made this fun chore wheel that has everything that we got to do on it. Every week we spin it, and whatever it lands on, that is the thing we have to do. Dr. London, even if that means clipping your eyelashes, which I know you hate, but if you don't do it, they're going to turn into your eyes, and you're going to get an ingrown eyelash right in your eyeball.
Around. Yeah. And if it comes up,
you'll have to perform surgery without the use of your eyes, which is always a lot more frustrating.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. You're telling me that the little lady there is the doctor?
No, I'm the doctor, but she does perform surgery.
I think calling me doctor is pretty fair. The doctorate that I earned, I think, helps with through the raffle, helps with that.
Yeah.
Times are a-changing.
Yeah, that is true.
We agree on.
You're probably are you one of them women doctors who works on the women hoo-hawas?
Not currently. There have been a lot of protests. But like we said, surgery, that's, I do a lot of self-eye surgery. That's really sort of my main focus, my field now is my own eyes surgery.
I've only ever had one pet. It's a turtle. His name's Gregory.
Did you keep him inside or outside?
Why did you say that in the past tense? I've had him my entire life.
Oh, he's still alive. That's awesome.
Turtle is the only pet a person should own.
Your turtle or just any turtle?
Turtles.
Okay. I thought it might be a tortoise given the age situation, but
don't even get me started on tortoises.
Okay, this is another. So let's Mr. Ezekiel, Mr. Abernathy, would you mind spinning the chore wheel? I know it's going to be a kind of a hike for you, and it might be. I don't want you to overdo it and have an episode.
We don't want you to break a hip
Or anyone's hip. Yeah.
You know, the more I think about how times are changing, I feel more alive and invigorated.
Okay, so maybe
So let me give this a good old spin. I'm going to give it a good old spin. All right, there we go. Round and 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 round.
I keep saying round. It moved one little spot over, which is fine.
Okay.
It doesn't have
That's
to go all the way
enough.
around. It's,
Yeah.
it's not Wheel of Fortune or Price is Right rules where it has to go all the way around, you know?
Oh, Pat Sajak, that son of a gun, Pat Sajak.
You hate him too?
With that hair of it. Oh, I cannot stand a Pat Sajak.
Oh man, he's like a super hardcore conservative guy. I thought that would be sort of up your alley, but you sort of don't fit anywhere on the political spectrum, do you?
What's this now?
Yeah. All we know is, your dislikes. And one of them, you just don't want to get political here. We don't want to get into a whole thing because.
Oh, you want to know about the things that I like? I like butter pecan ice cream. I like Townhouse crackers because they're not too flavorful.
Okay, so you like snacks that don't have flavor.
I like my meatloaf cooked well done.
Okay, sure. So not soggy meatloaf.
Okay, maybe we'll just we'll go ahead and look at this chore.
I like sunrises.
Okay,
I like taking naps.
Okay, this is.
He's gonna keep listening.
Good.
So the chore that it landed on. Oh no, we have to do this. Oh my gosh, we have to do it. We have to set the summer trends for 2022. We do have to do this every year. Vogue has been screaming at us like we have to get the summer trends out, like people aren't going to know what to wear, what to do in their free time, what makes them cool, what makes them lame, unless you guys set the trends. And we've been lazy about it. That's why we had to put it on the chore wheel. So we got to get this done. We got to get it done today.
Well, I'll tell you a trend that I do not like that I think we should turn around right now. All the fellas running around with their britches too low. That's why I wear my britches tucked up neatly right below my nipples. Pardon my French, je ne sais quoi. And you got to pull up your britches. You got to pull up your britches.
What's your stance on kilts? How high does my kilt have to be? I'm starting to realize maybe you're mistaking my identity a little bit. Might have come from that as well. My kilt is worn a little high today.
You mean the kilts like the dirty Scots wear? Neighbors to the even dirtier Irish? Oh, I'll tell you what, the more I talk about things I hate, the more alive I feel.
Okay. Is that the source of is that how to live longer, is to hate stuff?
I guess so. I mean, it's that and he's drinking Mountain Dew. It's got to be one of the other. It's one of the two things are keeping him alive this so long.
It's warm Mountain Dew. It's warm diet Mountain Dew. I like to drink the most unpleasant beverage there is. It's flat. It's warm.
So what did you do for most of your life where you didn't have Mountain Dew available? That's what I want to know now.
I drank from a spittoon.
Oh no, that's so much worse. Sorta.
It kept me going. Because my name is Ezekiel Abernathy, and I am the world's oldest man at 157 years young. And I have a pamphlet on the keys to long life.
And you hate baggy jeans, which was really a thing when you were in your 130s. Back then, it was really common to have baggy jeans.
I don't care if they're baggy. I don't like them when they're skin tight.
Oh, so you just don't like jeans.
They should be baggy, but they should be suspended properly.
The baggier, the better. You just pull them up to your nips.
Okay.
Suspenders. That's the summer fashion. I'll bring back the suspenders.
I was thinking that his issue was people sagging their jeans, but it sounds like just wearing jeans normally is sagging in his eyes. I think that's where I got confused.
What do you consider normal?
My hips, I guess. And that's way lower than my nipples.
Yeah. No, for me, it's going to be nipples as well. So I'm glad that we addressed this because I'm not sure that I would have noticed. But yeah, we want to bring...
A lady should not speak about her nipples in mixed company.
No, sorry, sir.
You want to find yourself a fella, then you don't talk about your nipples in mixed company.
I'm sorry. You're right, sir.
Find a fella you can talk about your nipples with privately.
Okay. I get just so
once and whereforth you are legally wed.
Right. Under the law, which once again we're getting into politics again, but yeah, so maybe the summer trend would be suspenders, spaghetti strap suspenders for your trousers.
Yeah, and really just high waisted pants. I think that has been a woman
very baggy.
Well, a very baggy, high-waisted pants. Because women, it's been a popular fashion trend with women for probably like 5 or 6 years now, having sort of high-waisted jeans, but they're always so dang tight. If you have incredibly baggy jeans that are hoisted up to your nipples, held together with suspenders, I mean, that just leaving lots of leg room free to do whatever you want.
I think another trend should be no more of that bubba gum. I think if you want a good snack, have yourself a piece of hard candy.
Okay, so no more Bubba Gump shrimp. That's clearly an issue with Ezekiel. So that there's
Is the microphone picking this noise up?
It is.
Ever
it's coming
so slightly.
through.
It's barely noticeable. Barely noticeable. Okay, so no more Bubba Gump shrimp, which
I have all my original teeth.
Where do you keep them?
Ooh.
In my mouth. Where do you think I keep them?
Okay.
Where do you keep your original teeth?
There's a storage unit downtown, but I get sorry, I misinterpreted the but yeah, because mine they said it wasn't natural. So the suspenders and then bubblegum shrimp, replace that with hard candy. And you said you don't like flavors, right? So we're gonna keep it flavorless. Is that the easiest way to manage that?
I gotta tell you the truth. I think some folks living too long as it is. So enjoy yourselves, and you live a short life, and so be it.
Oh wow! So do you regret living as long as you have?
I love every minute.
Oh, he fell asleep again. We need to figure out some of the trends. There.
Okay. Now remember, we don't provide medical care here. Yes, we can hear you choking, but we can't.
Yeah, we really don't do that. We would be liable. It would be the whole insurance
Good Samaritan
thing.
law does not apply here. Very specific.
Not on a podcast, no.
It's I wish we could. I sincerely wish we could, because a lot of me is worried about you now, but just...
Oh, shh. He's falling asleep. Is
that what sleep is?
Shh.
I feel like we had one more fashion trend.
Waffles. I'm thinking, because, like bacon was really popular like 10 years ago, and then it became pizza. That was sort of like the meme food. And then now it's kind of tacos. Let's move on. And it's been tacos for like 5-6 years. Let's move on from tacos. Let's move on to waffles or this Pop-Tart that I have that I've been saving.
Can we crunch up Pop-Tart, sprinkle it on top of the waffle?
No, I mean, what would be the point of me saving it for so long if we're just going to break it up?
Well, you want to keep it in mint condition?
Forget the waffles. I have a better idea now. It's this Pop-Tart I've been holding on to. I think that should be the new trendy food. It's been in my cabinet for a few years now. It's sort of changed and evolved colors over time. And that's what makes it different than a normal Pop-Tart.
But for it to become a trendy meme, I feel like not just you, like someone else has to be able to enjoy it.
I don't understand. Trendy memes. 2012, bacon. 2015, Pizzagate. 2018, tacos. 2022, this Pop-Tart I've been holding on to.
Okay. No.
What could be more clear than that?
Yeah. No, I guess you're right. Mr. Abernathy, are you awake? And once again, we just can't intervene. But if you have, okay, no, he's okay.
Just put the mic up to his lips and see if something even just pops
he's got
out.
all of them. That's not normal at that age.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps saying that they're his teeth. He just said,
Oh, Producer Cameron,
Dr. London Smith.
Hey, are you?
I'm Eddie. I'm Eddie.
Oh, Eddie, what's up?
First time caller, long time listener. Oh, I'm in the studio. Woo!
Oh, you're illiterate.
Yeah, how did you get past the security guard? DJ Dylan, you're supposed to be doing security during these records.
Nope.
Recording light should have been on, so you shouldn't be coming in here.
Oh no. I helped my great grandpa Zeke in, and I've been waiting out in the green room, and his lips are blue. Is that normal?
He just ate a candy. It might have colored his lips.
He just ate a hard candy because that's replacing bubblegum shrimp, and also we're coming up with cool trends for the summer. He might have decided to put on like blue lipstick.
Ooh, have you thought about Pop-Tarts?
So we did this.
You know how like bacon was a thing, and then Pizzagate in like 2015 and everything?
Yeah.
Like Pop-Tarts would be like,
I feel like Pop-Tarts is a little broad. You know what would be a great idea is this Pop-Tart I've been holding on to for a couple years. It's in my cabinet. Is
it cinnamon or discolored?
Is it cinnamon? I mean, well, I think like it changes depending on your mood. Do you remember mood rings?
Yeah, before my time.
Before your time. Well, his great grandson. So you're still probably in your like 60s.
There are a lot more grades. That you
Great grandson.
So still, I would say mid 40s. I feel like adding more.
That is why drlondonsmith.com is the host and you're just the producer.
That is true.
Because he listens with his ears. Great grandpa.
That's been a new trick lately.
That's true. I'll sit back. You know what? Let me get back into my producer role.
Yeah, where you're just silent the whole time. And yeah, that's great. So anyway, so we'll do the whole Pop-Tart thing. And that'll be all the trends.
Hey, I'm really sorry. I know I just said I was gonna step back, do my producer job, be silent, but I do have to interject here. We're not doing the Pop-Tart thing. It is not Pop-Tarts. It is a Pop-Tart that has been sitting in my cabinet.
Yeah. Did I pluralize it? I thought I said Pop-Tart.
Oh, okay. Well, you just weren't.
Do you know the plural of Lego is Lego?
No, it's not.
Lego my ego. Ooh, that could be the new trend.
Oh, that's just like that Ben Affleck movie, where he's like, Lego yourself. You know what I'm talking about?
Argo?
Yeah, when he's like, Lego yourself. It was so epic.
Before getting on the plane, yeah.
You're thinking Largo.
Oh, when he said Largo yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, Wednesday nights at the Largo yourself.
You know, I feel like my favorite 3 minutes of any of the shows has been that time where you stepped away from your microphone and you let drlondonsmith.com kind of host his own show.
It's a treasured
and you were
memory.
doing your producer
thing. And what episode was that? Because you said 3 minutes.
That was earlier.
I really can't remember an episode.
No, 3 seconds.
Oh.
3 seconds.
I thought you said 3 minutes.
Yeah, about 3 minutes
there's
ago.
No way 3 minutes have gone by in this show ever without me interrupting.
I know. I isolate your speech and I wipe it out. I'm kind of an audiophile, and are
you MP3 or WAV?
We use audio files as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm MP3, baby.
Oh wow, so old school.
Grandpa.
Yeah, really old school.
He's not breathing. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not a doctor, but I feel as though you killed my grandpa.
Well, and if this was a therapy session, then we would all be about sharing our feelings. But really, we just finished our summer trends, and now I guess it's time to sort of just, if your grandpa were here with, were awake, is there something that he would like to plug?
He would probably like to plug his fist in your nose, because look at all these paper cuts I have on my tongue from licking self-addressed stamped envelopes, and like I can't send out these to the Secret of Long Life when you killed him. You know, like he's not alive anymore. So now I'm going to have to issue refunds. And
wait, is that what the pamphlet was? It was the Secret to Long Life? Because my understanding was the pamphlet was this sort of recursive scam where the pamphlet was about sending him money and that gave you more information on another pamphlet about how to send him more money.
Scam? What the heck? He's not Irish. He's not going to scam people.
Oh, no. How old are you exactly?
Wait, is it just a secret to his own long life is just getting money from people? Is that it?
No, he was fueled by hate. It's like his heart was a furnace and it kept him alive. And like,
I don't know if you've spoken to him recently, because he's actually a really positive guy. He told us he liked hard candy. He liked naps. What were some of the snacks he said he liked?
Why did you do that? You don't have him talk about things he likes.
Butter pecan.
You guys are like
pie?
positivity vampires.
Ice cream.
You were sucking his life force by making him talk about things he liked.
Oh, no.
That's how he died.
You guys so used to be my favorite podcast.
Can I talk to Dr. London privately real quick? Dr. London, I think we might have killed this guy when I pushed him down.
Do you think that factored in? Because him choking and feeling love for the first time when reminiscing about his favorite things, like I thought.
You don't think it was the sheer force of how hard and far I pushed him?
You just do that to so many guests, but yeah, he was a little older than most of our guests.
Okay, let's go. We can go back to the.
So
he died of natural causes.
Natural causes.
Love.
We did a sort of a gloss over autopsy, which is in the medical profession. That's whenever you give a quick glance at something and then decide what you think happened.
There's a rapper for a Werther's original. Did you let him choke to death?
He did say his favorite thing was hard candy. That's his decision.
He was 157 years young.
Okay, so is that you're acting like this is our issue?
It is.
That he sucked on his own candy?
I can't lift him.
Oh, now it's just a weight issue. It's just like it's a cleanup problem.
I didn't murder him. You did. You guys pick him up.
Oh yeah, no. If you're just worried about who's gonna clean up, that's fine. We've got people for that. I thought you. Oh my gosh, I thought you were upset about him dying. But if it's just about cleaning up, we absolutely can handle that. No worries.
Yeah, no. I thought you guys were gonna make me deadlift and carry him out of here.
No,
No.
We could, DJ Dylan will handle all that.
Anyway, but is there anything that he was into or that you are into that we can tell the listeners about?
Well, I used to really be into this show until this show murdered my great grandpa.
Oh wow. And what show was that? Was that like 60 Minutes or?
No, the Jock podcast, the show that you're on. You're the producer for.
You're talking about the DJ Dylan Power Hour. That's the show we're on right now.
Ooh. Is he going to get a spinoff? Wait, he got his spinoff?
Spinoff?
Fingers crossed.
DJ Dylan. It's sweet, not sour. It's the DJ Dylan Power Hour.
I guess we'll go ahead and end things there. Does that because just the amount of bodies we have piled up here.
I was hoping to audition for DJ Dylan and try some of my rapping freestyle. Don't do drugs to get high. Just climb to the top of a tower. It's DJ Dylan Power Hour.
The thing is,
pick your mama a brand new flower.
Remix.
And don't forget to take a shower. Don't forget to take a shower. If you want to be clean with the DJ Dylan Power Hour. Power.
He will do so many bad things to us if he thinks that we're trying to take away his power.
That is true.
Especially in this particular hour.
And I don't want to get a copyright strike.
It sounds like you're about to cower.
Yeah, no, I'm cowering.
Come on, Cameron. Don't look so dour.
I don't want to get a copyright strike. I feel like if we keep singing this hit licensed song, the bots are gonna take the episode down.
Wower.
And that is all. We're gonna get a DMCA strike.
Okay, well, I was just kind of hoping to audition. I mean, truth be told, DJ Dylan is my favorite part of the show.
Yes, that's what all of them say. And
he didn't murder my great grandfather.
Nope.
Allegedly, yeah. So we've got the body situation figured out. We've got our chores done. Okay, and everyone should listen to the Truth Cast as well. That's a separate note.
Oh yeah. That's a good idea. I should find a new favorite podcast. I think I'm gonna move up Truthcast in my feed, and probably You Made Me Watch. Those sound
Okay.
good. What I like about those shows is those hosts super anti-Nazi. Like, you guys can do whatever you want to do, but like, I'm really only into podcasts right now that are like, ooh, the Nazis were the bad guys.
So you only want to listen to political pundits. Sorry if we are just medicine. We're all about just the science.
We're not into politics.
Well, sometimes, a coward, coward, DJ Dylan Power Hour, a coward should take a stand.
I mean, I think we did take a stand against your great-great-great-great-grandfather. He was yelling at us, and then I pushed him down. I feel like that's taking a stand.
And rest in peace, Ezekiel Abernathy.
Oh, I don't think he's going to rest in peace. I'm pretty sure he is burning in eternal damnation right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay. But I get
between me, you, and the listeners, a little racist and sexist.
I did not pick up on. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you to producer Cameron. Thank you to Digital and the host.
DJ Dylan! Dylan! It's sweet, not sour to DJ Dylan Power Hour.
I was hoping to audition for DJ Dylan and try some of my rapping freestyle. Don't do drugs to get high. Just climb to the top of a tower. Don't do drugs to get high. It's DJ Dylan Power Hour. Don't do drugs to get high. Just climb to the top of a tower. Don't do drugs to get high. Pick your mama a brand new flower. Don't do drugs to get high. Climb to the top of a tower.
Don't do drugs to get high. Just take a shower.
Take a shower. DJ Dylan Power Hour. Power.
It sounds like you're about to cower. Come on, Cameron, don't look so dour. Whoa, 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 wower. Whoa, whoa, wower.
Okay, well, I was just kind of hoping to audition. I mean, truth be told, DJ Dylan's my favorite part of the show. Yeah, I mean, he didn't murder my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
The DJ Dylan Power Hour. DJ Dylan Power Hour. DJ Dylan Power Hour. DJ Dylan Power Hour.
DJ Dylan.
That's going to sound really good in post.
That's what I hope to myself every recording. My name is drlennonsmith.com, and this has been the Jock Doc Podcast.
Shout out to Dougie. Dougie, keep it real. Woohoo! I'm on the Jock Doc Podcast, the DJ Dylan Power Hour.
See ya.